So the first thing is to ask why. Why should we really go out of the box? Because inside the box we feel safe. We agree with everybody else. And when we go out, we risk our reputation. We worked so hard for a lifetime to build it up. Why should we risk it? Is this something which is a luxury that only a few people can do? Or is it really a necessity? So why? Think of our lives today. We are really part of a network. We are nodes in a network. We share information in real time. And we, in the end, all possess the same information. That's the end of it. And that is a scary thought. If we all possess the same information, what makes a difference between ourselves? Where does our dignity as human beings lie? It really depends on what we generate with that common shared information. So to think creatively, to go out of the box, is not a luxury, it's a necessity for us and for our dignity as human beings.
报名3V1丢暑假批判性阅读写作课，培养孩子的创造性思维。
So which box are we talking about? We must have a clear definition so that we are really talking about something specific. It's not our mind. We cannot think out of our minds. It's a boundary within our minds, the boundary between what we know and what we haven't still or yet thought about. What is our mind? What is our knowledge structure? It's an emergent phenomenon out of the complex mechanism which is the brain. We start with initial conditions, our genetic heritage. We have boundary conditions, the environment. We have indirect experience, years and years spent in school and university to learn what other people have thought, what other people have discovered, what other people have created. And then we have our own direct experience, our successes, our failures that really make what we are. All of this builds the ant hill within which we live, and we live very well in that. And whatever we think inside that ant-hill, that box, we feel safe. Whatever is outside, it's invisible to us. We don't know what is outside. That is why it's so risky, because nobody else knows. And so we are faced with something which is necessary to our dignity, but actually it's very difficult to do. How do we go out of the box? How do we do that? What are the mechanisms? Do we need to wait for an apple to fall on our heads? Or are there some specific techniques? Well, reality is out there for us to perceive it. It's beautiful, you see these flowers, and we have a lot of ideas, which is our convergent information, the dominant ideas. Whenever we need to think about an area, a focus area, we have ideas on how things should be. We have requirements, we have specifications, we know how things are, because that's the way they always have been. But if we want to go out of the box, we need to add something more, a little spice, something which goes beyond the convergent information, something wrong, something absurd, something which apparently is not relevant, something which takes us far. This is what we call divergent information. We need a little bit of that divergent information to cross the borders within our minds from what we know to what we haven't yet thought about.